Brett Dawson from Sellout Crowd here with you at the Paycom Center. The Thunder, 124-112 winners over the Detroit Pistons. They split a back-to-back, and OKC shows a lot of progress in a day, a lot of course correction, as Mark Daigneault will tell you. And look, throw out the fact that the Pistons aren't a very good team, and this isn't the kind of game, the kind of performance that makes you say, well, if they had replicated this against Denver, none of that really matters. What matters is that a lot of the stuff the Thunder did wrong against the Nuggets, they came out and corrected against an inferior opponent and really got the job done and took care of business. You saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 32 points, just found a rhythm that he never really got into against the Nuggets. Got to the free throw line 9 times. That's his season high, which is a good number for Shai. Mark Daigneault made a point in the pregame about the percentage of his drives he's getting fouled on, something like 2.4% compared to 13.9% last season. So you saw a big change there. Shai was aggressive, got to the foul line, made some shots. Really good defense by the rookie Asar Thompson, but Shai was able to overcome that, have a really big night. Chet Holmgren was excellent, and not just excellent offensively, 4 of 5 from the three-point line, blocked 4 shots. But again, correction from what the Thunder didn't do right against Denver. They left Chet a little bit on an island, a lot against Jokic. Tonight you saw much more help defense, much more focused and concentrated help, much more kind of scouting report help to not leave him alone against Jalen Duren, who the Thunder really made look pretty pedestrian after he'd been off to a great start to the season. You saw Josh Giddey, who has not shot the ball very well the last couple of games, took the fourth quarter when he started with Jalen Williams and some bench guys and really got aggressive against the Pistons' smaller guards, got to the rim, got downhill, kind of got himself going. And what Mark Daigneault said after the game was his shooting percentage, Josh Giddey's, over the first few games of the season isn't going to matter. But what is going to matter is your ability to kind of get yourself going again after those kinds of struggles. And that's a scalable skill. It's something you can replicate all season long. Josh Giddey did that tonight. He talked after the game, and you'll be able to read a story about this at selloutcrowd.com, about how he's really taught himself to give himself over to the team, to focus so much more on wins and losses and not so much on individual play. And as he said in the past, he's always been happy for a team to win, but it's always kind of come with this tinge of disappointment if he didn't have a great game. He's kind of learning to let that go and give himself over to the team, and he said that's a big change, and it's something that he thinks this team is really good at in general. They've certainly looked that way, and they've looked like a very competitive bunch focused on winning. Couple more takeaways from tonight. A quiet statistical game from Cason Wallace, but thought he was really good. He continues to show why he's going to be hard not to play. He's just a player. He makes the right decisions. Mark Daigneault was talking about their Cleveland scouting report and that they were helping off certain guards and not off of others, and said that Cason Wallace just didn't make a mistake, got them all right. Tonight you saw it, on the break, makes a great play to get a pass to Ousmane Dieng in the corner, but also doesn't try to force too much. He's not trying to overdo it. And a thing that Josh Giddey gave Chet Holmgren a lot of credit for, not trying to come out and show all their talents, just really fitting into the team, and they've done that exceptionally well so far. Players have talked a lot about Chet and how easy he's been to integrate. I think that's also very true of Cason Wallace at this point. Jalen Williams was good tonight. Looked for a shot a little bit. Think he could still be a little bit more aggressive, but got to the rim. Just a pretty effective evening for him, and the Thunder just pretty good. Had a little bit of trouble over the course of the first 3 quarters putting the Pistons away, but never really felt threatened. Always seemed to be able to kind of close the door anytime the Pistons made a little bit of a run. So good showing for the Thunder. They'll be back Wednesday night against New Orleans. Interesting game. Brandon Ingram didn't play tonight against Golden State, had a little bit of knee soreness. Don't know what his status will be for that game, but it's an important player for them, obviously, and an important matchup for the Pelicans. To have Brandon Ingram, and important for the Thunder, whether or not he plays, because this is a team in New Orleans that I think OKC is looking at as a team. These are 2 teams who could be in close position in the standings, and the Thunder hasn't really played a lot of teams like that so far. Chicago and Detroit, not very good teams. Denver, a great team. This might be a good test for just kind of where OKC stands right now against a pretty good competitive team in the West. So we'll be back for that one on Wednesday. We'll have a lot more to talk about. You can read the coverage at selloutcrowd.com and check back with us. Subscribe to the YouTube page if you haven't. This is also where you can find my video podcast, Heard Thundering, which you can get on all your favorite podcast services. And just make sure to check out the stories. Go to the website and sign up for my weekly newsletter. Get all the coverage. We're trying to give you a whole bunch of it. I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you Wednesday.